Hey guys. So, okay, I tried to do a live stream yesterday and I accidentally I did start it. I hit done, but I went to go hit when you go into your playlist or whatever, or where it's downloading, and you can edit. When I went to hit the edit button, I accidentally hit the delete button. I was going so fast because I was being rushed, and I accidentally deleted it. So I apologize for that. But I just wanted to. I've never really talked about. Sorry, I'm just trying to make this so it's okay. I've never really talked about like dealing with mental illness during the holidays. Um, I'm just going to talk about how I deal with my own mental illness uh, through the holidays. I know I have a son, I know I have a mom. That's totally a different story. But um, one is setting boundaries. If someone talks to you in a certain way or treats you in a certain way, you set a boundary. You say, listen, whoever you are, doesn't matter who they are. During the holiday, if you would like me to participate, you need to uh, not say these things, not talk to me this way, and treat me with respect, and I will treat you with respect. Otherwise, I will leave, or I just won't come, you know? Um, Sometimes setting, and this is for you guys too, also, like, because I know not everyone is in the same situation, but for people who have like extreme situations, set those boundaries immediately. And it doesn't matter what holiday it is, or what event it is, or who in your family or friends it is. Set those boundaries and keep setting them every time. Like, say somebody is like, oh, yeah, you're just being bipolar today. I hate when people talk like that, like they know what they're saying. They really don't. You say that right there. If you make another comment like that to me again, I'm going home. You know, it sucks, but if you don't set boundaries with people who treat you like that, whether they're friends, family, or otherwise, during the holidays, then they will always treat you like that. They need to learn themselves that there's a limit, okay? And if they go beyond this limit, you're not going to participate. And if you're wondering what this is, because I'm like, yeah, they're probably, what happened to your thumb? Well, Thanksgiving, I was peeling and I accidentally peeled myself. And I didn't realize how deep I actually cut my thumb. Because at first it looked like because it was bleeding so much that it looked like it was a paper cut. Like, and then I got it to slow down and I got it covered and everything. And then a couple hours went by and I checked it again. And then I realized I had a really deep cut. And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, okay, well, that's just going to take a couple months to heal, maybe a couple weeks. I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take to heal. But after all was said and done and it had been a few hours, then my mother brings up, you should have really gone to the hospital, because I didn't think this was an emergency. I thought this was just a little cut and that was that. And I was just bleeding and I just needed to bandage it. I said, why didn't you tell me this? I didn't know this. And I was asking her, why didn't you say anything? Um, and she's like, I didn't think of it until just now. Maybe that was true. I don't know. But that's what happened to my thumb. I am okay. So things happen at the holidays, But anyway, so boundaries, 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 especially if you have narcissistic family members. um, Definitely set those boundaries for sure. And if your family isn't going to treat you with respect and show you love and kindness and compassion, especially on Thanksgiving, especially when we're going into the season of, you know, caring about people, which I think should be an everyday event, not just during the holidays, but we should always be giving thanks. We should always be grateful. We should always be compassionate. We should always be loving. We should always be giving. And we shouldn't expect anything in return. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel that every day should be. But that's not how America works. so, um, so since it's the holidays that people decide, oh, that's when I'm gonna be nice, I guess, which, guys, you're not. I've seen you at the stores. I've seen what's happened on TV. People have died because you're like, I gotta get that toy. And you literally trample over people. A toy, getting a materialistic item is not as important as spending time with your family. The real meaning of Christmas, guys, is love and kindness and sharing it with the people that you love and sharing it with people you don't even know. And I think that should be every day. You know, those are just my personal thoughts about that. So when you're out shopping and all this stuff for the holidays, think about the other people around you. And for heaven's sake, wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart, okay? Because because it is just so irresponsible and disrespectful not to, okay? If you can't do those things, shop online. People make it so, I'm sorry, that I'm getting off on a tangent with that. Let's bring it back, Amanda, focus. See mindfulness, okay? Not us to go to a DBT center, a counseling center, or whatever it is. I mean, I don't know much about other countries and how their system in the US own computers, something, you can order the DBT manual yourself and actually, read and do the things in it. I do recommend that you do it with a counselor, but if you can't, you can always get that book. It's by Marsha Linehan. It's the training manual that they use, and it has everything in it. Not just a condensed version for a 1 hour or a 2 hour session. Um, but the skills that are in that book, I find, are very, very helpful in dealing with, and not just during the holidays, anytime when someone's giving you a hard time about you and your mental illness or illnesses, because you might be diagnosed with more than one mental illness, like me. Like, I got PTSD and borderline, and bipolar, panic disorder, and if there's any more, I don't know. There could be, who knows? I've only been evaluated by a psychiatrist once. You know what I mean? That first one that you get. I honestly think they should kind of, like, every so many years, you should reevaluate that to see where you are, because some people improve, especially if they get medication and counseling. So some people do improve, and it would be nice to see that, but that's not exactly how it works, and you know how insurance companies are. So, um, another thing that I do is deep breathing. I know a lot of people, when I first heard about, well, it wasn't when I first heard about it, when I first started practicing um, deep breathing. At first, it was that from her, but to put it into practice can be difficult. A lot of people say, my brain just won't shut off. Well, it's not going to just you. First of all, you don't want your brain to shut off. Okay, you'll be dead. All right. Second of all, it takes time. It takes patience and it takes practice. You gotta find a quiet place. Okay, you can even do it on your phone. You can listen to guided meditation. But even if you do it, they have different meditation times you can use. So you can do a 2-minute meditation, a 5-minute meditation, and even higher. It doesn't have to be like, you know, um, like, I am peaceful all of a sudden and everything is great. That's not how it works. It takes time to learn and teach yourself how to calm your body down, how to calm the brain down. And if you practice, say you do 5 minutes once a day or 5 minutes every other day, no matter where you are, you can practice it on your lunch break. It doesn't matter wherever you are. You could do it right before bed. Um, it doesn't matter, but practicing it is what makes it work. Because at first, yes, your brain is going to be here, there, everywhere, blah, 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 blah. You are going to feel that way because for the first time, you're stopping and you're focusing on yourself. And yes, your thoughts are going to pop right through. They are. It's going to happen. But if you keep practicing, if you keep doing it, if you focus on the breath, breathing up, that deep breathing, when you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and you use your diaphragm, and it's like, okay, that's just an example of how you can breathe. And while you're breathing, you can also breathe in. You can count. You can whatever works for you. And what I would suggest is don't focus on trying to make this empty or whatever. Focus first on learning. It will. Of course, your mind might pop into this thought. It's okay. Acknowledge it and then go back to breathing. Back that if you're going to, especially if you have extreme. Oh, good, we're back. Sorry, it might be highly stressful and arguments break out before going anywhere for the holidays or an event or anything. It doesn't matter what it is. And you don't have to have a mental illness for this to work. This is a life skill, but when you have anxiety, it can be very difficult. So deep breathing, practice it. At first, it sucks, but as you begin to slow down a bit, when I'm doing thoughts that pop in and out, but that's what your brain does. It's okay. The point is to bring yourself back and finish your breathing. Finish helping out your body. And I get it because I used to hear any stressful situation, music that makes you feel or that you're in. Um, so I just don't. Um, so music. I do remember yesterday mentioning Alanis Morissette. So I forgot how much that I love Alanis Morissette. Um, because, you know, having a child, going to college, and then dealing with all the stuff that I've been dealing with, I wasn't always able to listen to music like I had been in the past when I was younger. And music has, like, for a lot of people, has been what respectful to the Lord, and that it will always be my favorite album. She's got all of her albums are great, but that is my favorite one. And for those of you who do not know, Alanis Morissette used to be Alanis in Canada. She started in Canada. She's from, if you didn't know. And ironic, an old man turned 98, that song. Um, and uh, I've so there's something about the message. I and it doesn't have to be, one type of genre of a person. It can be a band. It doesn't matter. Sing the music and express myself musically is very important for me. I have forgotten that I have gotten to a place where it's like I can't what I used to do when I was younger with music, I stopped doing that a while ago, because I used to have a oh, what do you call it? 3 or a 5 disc CD play. I think it was a 3, speakers and stuff. I got it when I was a freshman in high school, and I had it up until about, I want to say, 5 years ago. And then it completely died, so I had to get rid of it. But I would play music in the house, in my mom's house, loud, and dance and sing to it. And that was helpful for me because I used to dance, and I always wanted to be a singer, but I was too scared to ever get up there and sing. I was too terrified because I was bullied so much that I thought even if I was good, sorry, the internet is I the farthest away keeps going in and out, and I apologize for that. I'm not at my mother's house making this video. That's why this. Um, so the other thing that I like to do is listen to people who make me laugh. Anything makes me feel good and happy and whatever. To change your own mindset, even if other people are acting the way that they're acting. Taking care of yourself is what matters most. And that's basically what my message is during the holidays, set boundaries, practice DBT, practice deep breathing, or if that doesn't work for you, go for a walk, go outside, get some fresh air, clear your head, and then come back. um Listening to music, comedy, whatever it is that you do, go for a ride in your car, walk your dog, I don't know, whatever it is that helps you to feel good and be able to tolerate being around people who might not be so nice to you, or might make your mental illness an issue. Have some coping skills in your back pocket, that you can pull out, and use. And like I said, setting boundaries really is, something that I highly recommend. And I'll give you an example for myself. So, um, I was going to talk about this in a different video, but I'll share a small thing of it. Um, a lot of times when I'm trying to have a conversation with my mother, she seems to think that I'm trying to cause a fight. I'm not. What it is that we have different opinions. That's what it is. She has her opinion, I have mine. And because I don't agree with her, she'll say, I'm trying to start a fight. Now, as she's saying this, she's yelling at the top of her lungs, swearing, screaming, and saying that I'm yelling, I'm causing a fight, and it's me. But it really isn't. It's her. And every time she starts yelling and screaming, I say the same thing every time. If you talk to me that way, I'm not going to talk to you. When you're ready to have a conversation without yelling and screaming and swearing and accusing me of everything, then I'll talk to you. Until then, I'm putting my earbuds in and tuning you out. And that's exactly what I do. And slowly, I think she's starting to get the hint that I'm not going to have a conversation with somebody who's screaming at me. I'm just not going to do it. Um, and and even if it was somebody else, I'd say the same thing. If you want to talk to me, we can talk. But if you're going to yell and scream at me, you you can go do that someplace else. Um, so, but it takes time. And that's a hard boundary to set. It's hard to say things sometimes to your authority figures because they are the authority. They're the elders, they're older. So a lot of times what they say goes. But you can set boundaries. You can get through the holidays and make it out to the other side. Now, I know that a lot of people, the holidays are like they can't even do it. And you know what? That's okay. You don't have to. If you want to stay home and just have whatever you want to eat and do whatever you want to do, and that's how you get through the holidays, then that's what you do. Because if going to see your family is going to cause you pain and strife, then don't do it. It's not worth it. It doesn't matter if they're your family. If they don't treat you with love and respect and passion, and then I wouldn't go either. Um, so I just want to put out there that you can get through the holidays. It's not going to be easy. These techniques are not always easy, but it can be done. And it is a process. And it's okay if it doesn't work the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th time. Okay, it's okay. One day it will work. And you will notice it over time. Things don't just magically happen like that. You have to work at it. It's like anything in life. I tell my son this all the time. Anything that you want in life, anything that's worth having, you have to put in the work for it, no matter what it is. So, um, I also find exercising. Now, I did talk about walking. Walking is something I wish I could do right now, but I can't because that's one of my coping skills. It's also one of the ways I use to lose weight. And I don't know if you guys can see. I'm still a little swollen in my shoulder. If you look at my shoulders, you can see it's still swollen. Not as bad as it was, but it's still pretty it's not where it's supposed. And I'm doing the exercises for physical, and I do them at home because listen, when you do physical therapy, don't just into your brain, from your brain into your body, and it can help to make you feel better and help calm you. I also recommend chamomile tea if you like tea. Um, There's many different flavors and brands out there, so I do recommend that as well. But definitely uh, make sure that whatever you do during the holidays or any kind of family event or whatever it is, if you know you're going into a situation where it might be volatile for you, um, if you decide to go, make sure that you have an arsenal of coping skills that you can use before you get there, that you can use while you're there, and then on your way home, and even after. Journaling is also great too. Um, so I highly recommend all of that. I'm not saying this is going to fix all of your family problems, but to get through the holidays when you're having anxiety, people coming at you, whatever your situation is, set the boundary first. Say, hey, stop. I hear what you're saying. And right now, you're upsetting me. And I am telling you that I do not want to talk about this and this after the holidays. That's setting a boundary. You don't have to yell, you don't have to be mean, you just have to be firm. And and then say, "Now I'm going to go for a walk. I'll be back. I love you." You know? And then go do that. And they have to sit and be like, "Huh?" And eventually they'll get it. Hopefully. Hopefully. But it's self-care. Self-care for the holidays, but I think it should be every day, obviously, but definitely for the holidays, especially if people have a situation where somebody has died during the holidays or maybe committed suicide during the holidays. That can be really hard for families. And I recommend the same things is to learn some coping skills. It sucks that people die during the holidays, but to me, I look at it this way. Even if that person isn't there in their physical body, they are always there with you. Always. They're always in your heart. They're always in your soul. A part of them is up in heaven, and a part of them is here watching over you, watching over all of us. You know? Um, Sorry, I'm starting to think about my grandmother, so I wish she was here. I love her so much. She's been gone since 1999, so it's been like 21, over 21 years, almost 22 in March, I think. I think she died in March of 1999. Uh, and I could be here to see my son and, celebrate the holidays together with all of us, but I can feel her here, and that makes me, I know I'm crying, but it makes me happy. These are tears of joy because I can feel her. She's here. And I think other people are here too. Sometimes I feel presences. Um, I think sometimes, even though I didn't get to meet him, I think my father is around sometimes. Um, and I don't want you to mistake these tears for sadness. I'm not sad. I'm happy because, I am sad that they can't be here, but I'm happy because I know that in spirit they are here. I'm sorry. Raw emotions. Part of the holidays. Um, so it's okay if things are not perfect, because nothing is. And it's okay to miss people. It's okay to wish they were here. But you know what? They would not want you to stop celebrating just because they died. Because eventually you'll die, you'll die,
You'll die, I'll die. And I don't want my family to stop doing stuff because I died, you know. Um, and if you have to have a good cathartic cry, then cry, because crying is the first step to healing. So, yeah, sorry. That just kind of came out of nowhere. Woo! Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so I hope that wherever you are in this world, whatever you celebrate, as long as it doesn't involve, you know, bad things, you know what I mean when I say bad things, because different countries do different things. I'm not going to name anyone in particular, but I think we all know what I might be referring to. If not, it's okay. You don't have to know. It's not a big deal. But wherever you are in the world, it's okay to have a mental illness and tell people in a nice way to stop and to use your coping skills. And it's okay to miss people at the holidays. It's okay to cry. It's okay. All right? No one has any authority over your emotions. And you are allowed to have them. You are allowed to feel them. You are allowed to express them. And you are allowed to use coping skills to get through the holidays. You are allowed to do what you need to do, regardless of what your family says. And if it's best for you to stay away, then it's best for you to stay away. You got to make the choice that is best for you. Um, so I hope that some of this was helpful, any part of it, for anybody, whether you relate to it or um, you just find my words comforting, whatever. That's all that matters to me, is that you guys are happy, healthy, and safe out there. And please, please, please wear your mask and stay 6 feet apart and wash your hands for 30 seconds with tons of soap. Okay, seriously. I think I might make a video on how to properly wash your hands, because I've seen employees wash their hands and that with you, you can get through the holidays. I know we still have Christmas coming up, but be kind. It's not about the presents. Remember, it's about giving your joy, giving your love, giving your compassion, the spirit of family. That's what it's about. Because without your family, what do you have? Not really. Not in the long run. Maybe in the short term it does, but not in the long run. So please don't forget that Christmas is about family and about giving and all that stuff. So, yeah. All righty. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving. We actually had a Thanksgiving. Um, Next year, we're going to plan it a little bit better. Definitely going to start 1 week to the day ahead. Get everything prepped and ready to go. That way, all you have to do is just warm it up. Like, all you got to do is just cook the turkey. And that's it, or anything that might need to be done right at that time. But everything else, get it done, over with. That way you don't have to worry so much. We don't have to worry so much. So, excuse me. So, I did enjoy my Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed yours. Um, And I love you all, and I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I hope you're taking care of one another. And I will see you in my next video. Peace and love, guys. Bye. I love you.